Hi everybody and welcome back to another episode of Ride 2. I'm KPG-GOONER here, and in today's episode guys we're testing out another 3 bike that was added the other day, but this time it's an Aprilia. Now most of the Aprilias I've tested out in this game have been amazing, so I'm expecting this one to be really good. Also we're going to be doing the same as we've been doing in the previous videos. We're going to test it out against a bike in the same category and actually the same make, and we're going to see which one comes out on top. Now the bike that was added the other day was the RSV4 RF. Now this bike is going to be super quick. It looks absolutely awesome like most of the Aprilias on this game, and the bike we're going to be going up against is very similar, and I don't think there's much between them in overall stats. So it's going to be really interesting to see which one comes out top in a trial at the end of the video. But first of all, we're going to race this bike first on the factory settings. We're going to see what it's like. Hopefully it's going to be good, fingers crossed, because I do like the Aprilias on this game. I've got, like I said, I've got 7 of them already. I'm going to have all of them by the end of it, but this bike, when it's fully upgraded, is going to be very high stats. But it's going to go up against the RSV4 RF, and as you can see, before they're fully upgraded, they're very close in their overall stats. So it's going to be a really interesting one to see how much different they are from each other. I don't think there's going to be a lot in it, but you never know. Sometimes you get a bike that's very close in stats and they can be so different, but we're going to find out. But first up, like I said, we're going to race it first and see what it's like. So we're going to get straight into it now, so here we go. Oh my god guys, look at the stats once it's fully upgraded. 9.6 acceleration, 9.8 braking power, top speed 9.6 and handling 9.6. That's pretty damn high. This bike is going to be crazy fast and very good. So let's see what it's like in a race. Right guys, just before we jump into the race, I just want to say, now we're up to about 51 episodes. I want you to let me know in the comments what your favourite episode has been so far in this series and the reason why. Thank you so much for the support. Now let's get straight into this race. So here we go. Now this bike is going to be like a rocket, so we're going to have to be really careful. We've upped the anti-wheelie slightly just to get used to it, and it's a little bit of wheel spin there, and it's off. Just try and keep that front wheel down. Have to back down on the throttle there just to keep that front wheel down, and we go into that first corner. So it's the CBRs that have gone out into the lead. That's no surprise. They're very strong around this circuit. Try and hold it around there, and we're right up to P2. That's not bad. It's feeling pretty damn decent into the corners, but it's going to take a lap or so just to get used to the bike and just know where we can push it, and it's pretty damn decent even on the standard settings. Oh god, a little bit touch the back wheel of that CBR there, but we've managed to slip past and we're into the lead, so that's a good start. Oh god, it just bumped up at the back there, and the CBR coming back, and he just touched I think he just clipped my back wheel again there. We're going to have a bit of a competition with the and again I think he just, but it didn't come up with an invalid. I swear blind he touched the back wheel again there, and he's probably going to come up the inside here. Let's slow it down. We've got to be careful into this corner and we don't get run off, and right onto the curb. Oh, it stops really good. So the brakes on this bike are pretty damn decent. Oh god, just didn't brake enough into that section. That was my own fault. And the front wheels wanting to come up, and the CBR almost took the back end of my bike out there. This CBR is so good. We're definitely going to have to do a video on it. I come across this CBR in loads of races, and the stats are quite a bit lower, but it's so goddamn strong around these sort of circuits. And be careful through there. Nice and smooth. Oh, this bike is like a dream. I mean, the handling is 9.6, so I was expecting it to handle pretty well. And look at the power of it, guys. Power wheelie. Oh my god. Maybe I shouldn't have done that on the first lap. We've given him a chance to catch up. Right, that's just nailed down, and probably, oh god, the CBR just cracked into the back of me. I'm surprised it didn't come off there. That was probably my own fault for doing that power wheelie, but let's see if we can just settle back in. We know that we've got a good pace. Can we dive up the inside here? No, we didn't have enough speed to go through there, and the CBR's holding the line. Let's dive up the inside again and hold it. Oh god, this is going to be a really close race now. Let's just try and hold it. Let's try and be careful through this section. Flip it over. Oh my god, this bike is so good. I'm loving this Aprilia. Right, slow it down. Oh god, we got into there a little bit. Oh, and we touched a bit of the grass there. Oh my god, that was a mistake. and that's because I'm just trying to hold this CBR off. It is really, really close, and it's niggling at my back wheel, and here it comes again. He's getting in my slipstream. Is he going to dive up the inside, or is he going to go around the outside? I don't know where he's going to go. Oh, he's gone around the outside. Right, slow it down. Be careful we don't run into each other into this corner. I'm right onto the curb again. Oh my god, that CBR is so good. But let's just try and get a nice line through this next corner. We know that we've got this superior power on this bike. We should be able to get it on the straight if we can just stick behind it and just be careful with that front wheel. It does want to go up quite easy. You've got to be so careful with the throttle on these bikes. They're so powerful. I mean, over 230 or 240 brake. Oh my god, I had to back off then, almost clipped his back wheel, and again just opened the throttle a little bit too early, had a bit of a wiggle at the back, but we managed to sort that out. We got a CBR sitting behind us, but we're in his slipstream. We should be able to power past him here, and yes we do, up to over 180 miles an hour. Slow it down, don't go into that corner too hot. Oh god, just managed to stop it, and the CBR's just niggled up my back wheel again. Oh my god, and he's dived up the inside. Oh, it's going to go really down to the wire in this race, and we just dive up the inside again, and again the CBR just had another niggle up my back wheel. Oh my god, this is just such a bloody close race. What a brilliant experience. Oh god, just lost the back end there as I just heavily braked at the front. That was my own fault. Keep that front wheel down. I'm getting really twitchy, and again the CBR. Oh my god, I thought he was going to come off there, and he almost wiped me out. Right, I'm really going to have a go, and I've just niggled at his back wheel. What a fight this has been in this race, all just because I let him back in with that power wheelie, and it's been a neck and neck since then. Let's see if we can just dive up the inside here. Hold it, it's going to go around the outside. Please don't crash into me. Hold it. And yes, we just managed to hold it, but we still know that a CBR is going to slip past us at some point. Is he going to dive up the inside? No, he didn't dive up the inside on that turn. What about this one? He's right on my back wheel. Oh, this is going to be close. We've got to be so careful going into this slow section, because this section you do get a lot of crashes around here. Let's just try and be careful. Slow it down. Oh god, almost went straight onto the grass, but managed to turn it over. Oh, this Aprilia does handle very well, and accelerate up the hill. We should be okay, but he's still sitting on my back wheel. Are we going to finish this race in style? Yes, we are. We're going to win, but he's going to just probably gain a little bit of time on me on my slipstream, but we take the win. But what a battle in that race. It was meant to just be an experience on the Aprilia, but it ended up being a head-to-head fight with the CBR. I really enjoyed that, and that Aprilia is absolutely brilliant. I rate it very highly. Considering I didn't do any adjustments on the bike, it felt pretty decent, and it's going to be interesting to see how this does against the other version of this bike, but we will find out in the time trial. But in that race, it was absolutely sublime. Now we're going to get into the time trial and see what happens, guys. Let's get straight into it now, so here we go. Right, so here we go with the time trial. So we're doing it around To Go Fast course, which is the short version of the circuit we just raced on, and we're going to see which Aprilia comes out on top. This should be really interesting, so let's get straight into it. Right, so first up is the RSV4 RR. We haven't made any adjustments to the bike, and we're going to do a couple of laps on each bike, and we're going to see which one comes out on top. So this is the short version of that circuit, so this should be pretty quick. I think the lap time is going to be under, obviously, 1 minute 30. I'm not sure which one's going to win this battle. I think it's going to, it could be just really close. It could come down to milliseconds, but we will find out. And we know this one handles pretty good on the standard settings, but we're not sure what the other Aprilia is like on the standard settings. I have raced it a couple of times and I loved it, but I can't remember racing it around a circuit like this, so we will find out. But so far this one's feeling pretty damn decent. I'm just trying to guide it around the corners like I did in the race. It felt like you can get it really nice tight into the curbs, felt pretty good accelerating out the corners as well. And the top end felt pretty strong as well, so overall it's going to be a very good bike, I think, around here, and it could be the winner in this battle. So let's try and slow it down nice and tight. This first lap is not bad, but I expect the second laps are going to be quicker because you get a better speed along that back straight. So let's just see what we can do on this first lap. Nice and tight in there, and get grab a little bit of curb there without getting an invalid lap. So now we haven't got that horrible slow section, so we can just try and get nice and tight as you can into the curb. It's understeering slightly, and as soon as we can fill and accelerate. So this time is gonna be Oh, is it gonna be under 130? Yes, it is. So we get a 127.8. Let's go a second lap and see if we can just go a little bit quicker than that. I think we can on a second lap. See, it gets nice and tight onto the curb there. Really, really good into the corners. Feeling really, really comfortable as well on this bike. Not fighting with it into the corners at all. The braking, it is good, but I have ridden bikes that have better brakes in this, although the braking power on this is quite high. I felt some other bikes feel a little bit stronger than it. But it's still pretty decent. But like I said, I haven't made any adjustments, so you probably could make a few adjustments to the suspension, which would aid the braking to be a little bit better. But right, let's nail it down this back straight. Let's see if we can get a nice speed into this turn here. And we're up on time, all over a second, so we're definitely going to put in a fast lap if we can just nail it in these last few sections. And slow it down. This could be a good lap. Wasn't too bad. It's bobbing up a little bit, but this bike's got so much power, you sort of expect that. So we're still over a second up on our time. Let's try and hold it. It's nice and tight. Try not to hesitate too much and keep the speed. And accelerate, and that should be it. Come on, we can get a good time here. This is going to be pretty decent. Is it going to be quicker than our previous lap? And yes, we get a 126.7. Did a nice little endo to finish that. So we get 126.7 in 2 laps, and I found that bike was absolutely superb. Now we're going to try the RSV4 RF. Is that going to be quicker? I'm not sure. It has got slightly better stats, I think, and the performance points is 1 high, I think. But we'll find out. Let's get straight into it, guys. So here we go. Right, guys, now we're going to try this one. And yes, it is slightly higher on a couple of the stats, and the performance points by 1. But is it going to be better around that circuit in this time trial? We will find out. So let's get straight into it now, guys. So once again, guys, we're not going to make any adjustments to the bike. We're going to keep it on a level playing field, and we're going to see which one comes out on top. So let's get straight into this and see if this one's the winner. Right, let's see how many laps it take me to get close to that time. So the fastest time we did was a 126.7. So let's see what we can do on this version. Now, we've done a few races, like I said, on this, and we found it to be very, very good. So I rate this one really highly, but I haven't raced it around these sort of circuits. So it'll be interesting to see what it's like into the tight turns, and it's feeling pretty damn good so far. Nice and tight into the corners. Oh, the braking feels a little bit stronger as well. Not having to press the brakes as much, and it's slowing down nicely. Oh, very smooth through there. I do like it. So it turned really nicely. Considering, like I said, we haven't made any adjustments to the bike, it's feeling pretty damn good into that corner. Oh, this is feeling very, very good. I think this is going to be very, very... Oh, my God. So easily turned into that corner. The front suspension, the front wheel's just dropping into the corners really nicely. I think this is going to beat that time first time with what I'm feeling at the moment. And again, nice and tight into that corner. Nice and easy. Accelerating, and it's not bobbing up as much at the front either. So it's definitely a lot smoother than the other version. Slow it down, and again, it's feeling very, very keeping it in the middle of the circuit as well. The front wheel is under control. Let's try and get a nice tight turn into this section. Yes, it's feeling pretty strong. Understeering a little bit, trying to get as much drive up the hill. Now we should be able to power it. Is this going to be close to the time? I think it is. And over the line, is it going to beat it? Oh my God, we beat it first time. There you go, guys. Wow, so we did it first time, a 125.7, easy as you like. That was just so much better into the corners. It was unreal. We're probably going to do maybe a couple of laps, and then we'll get into the overall summary. Right, so here we go on another lap. Let's see if we can beat that time of 125.7. Now, we've already beaten the time of the other bike, but I thought, why not? Let's see if we can even better that time. I feel like this bike is the sort of bike, the more laps you do, the more used you get used to it, the faster you're going to get. And just think, with a few tweaks, I could make it even quicker. I mean, I haven't adjusted any of the gearing, any of the suspension, and it's not doing like the fastest times around here, but it's feeling pretty damn good. Right, that wasn't bad into that corner. So we've got to beat a 125.7. Oh God, the front wheel wanted to take off there, but managed to control it okay. Let's get a nice turn into there. We need to get a little bit tighter into that corner. And let's turn it into there again. That's not too bad as long as we keep it into the middle of the circuit as we turn it up. It wasn't as smooth as the last lap, but it still feels pretty good. Let's see if we can get nice and tight into this next corner. We've got a good time to beat, so we've got to be really, really strong into there. That wasn't too bad, not as tight again. Feeling like I'm just making a few little errors, not braking enough into the turns. And that wasn't too bad. Oh, got a little bit of curb there, but that was okay. You can get away with that without getting an invalid record. Right, we've got to get nice and tight up the hill. I'm not sure whether this is going to be close to beating that previous time, but we will find out. And let's get it to the line. It's going to be close. 123, 124, 125, and we smashed it. There you go, we beat it again. So I managed to beat my lap time of the first lap, and we got a 125.2, which was over a second quicker than the other bike. But both these bikes are very good. But we're going to get into an overall summary. But out of the two on that circuit, this one was definitely stronger. Right, let's get into the summary, guys, and we're going to rate them out of 10. Right, I'm just going to rate this RSV4 RR, and I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It is strong in every single area, and I'll definitely buy this and put it in your garage. It will win you a lot of races. It's solid all around, doesn't really need much of a setup, and I really enjoyed using it. Right, guys, this is one of my favourite bikes on the game so far, and I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. So strong in so many areas, and it's definitely one you should buy and try. You just couldn't say anything better. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and bye-bye.